Hello, dear friends. How are you? Today, my video name is Bible falsification by Apostle John. I have already shown my video number part number first, and today part second. I divided by parts because then will be too long the videos, and it will be boring for you. So that is why I keep my video short. So, dreams or revelations, Ezekiel's inaugural visions. Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 1 to 3, 1 until 3. In my 30th years, in the fourth month, on the fifth day, while I was among the exiles by the river Khyber, the heavens were opened and I saw visions of God, dreams. On the fifth of the month, it was the fifth year of the exile of King Jehoiakim. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, by the Khyber river. In the land of the Babylonians, there the hand of the God was the hand of the Lord, or the hand of the God was on him. Daniel's dream, Daniel's vision, revelation. Chapter 7, verse 1 and 2. In the first year of the Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream, and visions passed through his mind, and he was lying in his bed. He wrote down the substance of his dream. Daniel said, "What I will tell you later," because it comes later in my other videos. Revelation, prologue, revelation of John, Apostle John, or apocalyptic. The revelation from Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants what must soon took place. He made it known by sending his angel to his servant John. Revelation literature. What is revelation? Revelation is apocalyptic word in Greek language. There are two types of apocalyptic. Number one is authentic and inspirational, and second was non-authentic, non-inspirational. In the first category, the book of Ezekiel and Daniel's falls. On the other hand, in inauthentic and inspirational books are book of John, Revelation, because he copied these two books, book of Ezekiel and Daniel. So we cannot say the book of John is authentic or inspirational. Is not inspiration by God or any other sacred scripture hasn't any value. So in the beginning of first century, many Christian scholars copied many lot of books of Jewish scriptures. You have already seen these two books, Daniel and Ezekiel, which is stolen by Apostle John, and he write many things from these two books in his book of Revelation, the last book of Christian Bible. So, and Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, which was born in 1835 and died 1908 in Lahore, today present Pakistan. Before was Indian subcontinent. Today is present Pakistan, Lahore. He was died there, and he was born in Qadian and Gurdaspur in India. He wrote also, he mentioned also in his book Ruhani Khazain volume 3, and inside in this book is chapter or magazine Izala Oham. He mentioned all these things there, that Christian scholars stolen many books of Jewish scriptures. There are many revelations, my friends, like revelation of Ezra, revelation of Baruch, and Sibylline oracle or something like that. Many other Jewish scriptures, Jewish books. These events took place when churches use the words of God, use the name of God for Jesus. These events took place in when the churches used the word for God for Jesus Christ, so many of them were were punished by Roman Empire, and especially in these cases was number one, Apostle Peter and Apostle Paul. They were executed and they were punished by Roman Empire. Peter was crucified on X cross, and Paul, his head was cut by on the road of between Roma and Ostia. Paul was killed there, so punished there. So the both apostles were cursed, and these punishments were were executed during the reign of Nero in 64 and Domitian from 81 to 91. Roman Empire. These were Roman Empire. So the John says, Spirit bring me in the heaven and enters me in the throne of God. These verses exactly stolen from the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. You can see yourself. Visions of four animals. All three saw four animals in their visions, in their dreams, in their revelation. Ezekiel 1:10. And in the fire was what looked like four living creatures. Their faces looked like this. Each of the four had the face of human being, and on the right side each had the face of a lion, and on the left the face of an ox. Each also had the face of an eagle. Daniel 7 verse 2 to 7. Daniel said, in my vision at night I looked, and there before me were the four winds of heaven, churning up the great sea. Four great beast animals, each different from the other, came up out of the sea, and I saw them. The first was like a lion, and it had the wings of an eagle. And therefore the second one, which I want to show you short because it's not need too much in details. The second one like a bear, and the third one second one like a bear, one was human being, lion, the second bear, the other one is like a leopard, and the fourth one was like a another beast. So four beasts he saw. You can see chapter 7 and verse 2 and 7, 2 until 7. So I don't need to explain too much in detail because the video will be too long. In Revelation, what says John? John said the first living creature was like a lion, the second one like a ox, the third one like a man, the fourth one like a eagle. The same, exact same dream. Dear friend, Ezekiel and Daniel, the prophet, were Israelis, contemporaries and prisoners in the same time in Babylonian. Could be the same have content, prophetic content, but why one Christian had copied these books? Ezekiel 43. Then the man brought me to the gate facing east, and I saw the glory of the God of Israel coming from the east. His voice was like a roar of rushing waters, and the land was radiant with his glory. Revelation also saw a vision. Rushing waters are lot of water, the voice of lot of waters, and I heard a sound from heaven like the roar of rushing waters and like a loud peal of thunder. Revelation in chapter 1 verse 15, he said his feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of rushing waters. Exact same. Human being on heaven or human being on cloud. Daniel also saw same dream, and John also. Daniel chapter 7 verse 13. In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man coming with the clouds of heaven. Revelation 14:14. I looked, and therefore me was a white cloud, and seated on the cloud was one like a son of man with a crown of golden on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. So these verses were from, I want to show you little more things. Throne, which is called in Urdu and Farsi Takhtgah. Daniel saw in chapter 7:9, as I looked, throne were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. Revelation chapter 4:2. At once I was in the Spirit, and there before me was a throne in heaven with someone sitting on it. Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 1 and 3. They eat both books scroll. Ezekiel said, and he said to me, Son of man, eat what is before you, eat this scroll. Then go and speak to the people of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he gave me the scroll to eat. Then he said to me, Son of man, eat this scroll I am giving you, and fill your stomach with it. So I ate it, and it tasted as sweet as in my mouth, like a honey. But my mouth was honey, but in my stomach was sour, was bitter taste. Revelation also saw an angel is giving him scroll to Apostle John. Revelation chapter 10 verse 9 and 10. So I went to the angel and asked him to give me the little scroll. He said to me, take it and eat it. It will turn your stomach sour, but in your mouth it will be as sweet as honey. I took the little scroll from the angel's hand and ate it. It tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth, but when I had eaten it, my stomach turned sour. So thank you very much, my friends. Until next video, I will be again with you, and thanks a lot, and bye.